Okay, hi guys. In this video lecture, I'll be covering up the nomenclature of amide. So let me just put down the heading for amide. So I hope you remember what is called an amide group. Amide group is nothing but R C double bond O and H. Okay, so let me generalize it. N R and R group. Okay, so in this thing, the principal chain would be the principal chain, and this would be considered as alkyl group. Okay, so what is the suffix we are using for the nomenclature of amide? So suffix is amide only, and would be writing this organic compound as an dialkyl alkamide. Okay, so let us look into some of the examples of the nomenclature of amide. So we have something like this. So this is the N and alkyl part. So this is N-ethyl ethanamide. And why ethane? Because this principal chain contains 2 carbons. Okay, so we have something like this. So this would be N bromo, N chloro, and how many number of carbon atoms? 2. So ethanamide. Okay, this is the second example. Let us look at the third example. If we have something like this, then this would be now. In the one thing is, in the nomenclature of amide, you need to put the substituents in the principal chain ahead of these 2 substituents, right? So this would be something like 2-bromo. Why? Because bromide group or bromo group can be found on the second carbon atom in the principal chain. So just remember this example, that for the substituents found in the principal chain, that has to be done ahead of these 2 substituents which are on the right hand side of the nitrogen atom. So it is N-bromo, N-chloro, N-fluoro, propanamide. Why? Because this carbon chain has 3 carbon atoms. It would be propanamide. Okay, let us look at some more examples. If we have this simple structure, then its name would be ethanamide. If we have something like, then its name would be N-methyl methanamide. Okay, if we have something like this, then it is called N-methyl. Why I'm writing ethyl in front of methyl? I think this is fairly clear enough, and this should be fairly clear enough by now. Butanamide. Why? Because this principal carbon chain has 4 carbon atoms. So this is butanamide. Okay, let us look into some more examples. What would be the name of this compound? It is simple N-bromo, 2-bromo, propanamide. Now, why am I not writing 2-bromo in front of it? So I just checked out this in some of my reference books. So you can actually write both ways. You can actually write 2-bromo either in front of N-bromo, or even if you don't prefer that, you can actually write 2-bromo inside or after writing the N part. Okay, so 2-bromo propanamide. So now I presented to you two ways of writing the substituents on the principal chain. So you can either write ahead of N or after N. Okay. The name of this compound would be just me erase it and rewrite it. Okay, so name of this compound would be N-ethyl butyramide. Okay, I forgot double bond, butyramide. Okay, what would be the name of this compound? So name of this compound would be N cycloprop 2 enyl and prop 2 in amide. Okay, let us look into some more examples. We have something like so it would be N. For this part I am writing and 1-methyl ethyl and N it would be propyl and then finally butanamide. So for this compound the name would be N ethinyl hexa 3,5 diene amide. Okay, so we'll look at the last three examples. What would be the nomenclature for this compound? It would be N-methyl. Okay, this is CH3 group. N-methyl 3,3-bromo cyclopenta. Okay, so as I don't find space over here, I'll write in the next line. Cyclopenta 2,4 dienyl pentanamide. Again, you can actually write this substituent's name either in front of N part or here itself. That's not a problem. Okay, we have something like So to the name of this compound, it would be something like N2-propyl, or I should write 2-cyclopropyl. Oh, it's not completed yet. Ethyl, and then 3-cyclobutyl, and how many carbons? 1 2 3 4. So butane O8. Butane amide, not O8. I beg your pardon. Butane amide. Whereas this is CONH group. Okay, so last example would be simple one only. Okay, so what would be the name of this compound? The name would be simply N6-bromo. Now why we are actually naming this at 6 carbon? Because obviously the pi bond in cyclopropyl ring has both to be given the preference, so it would be from cyclic numbering, not the acyclic anti-clockwise numbering. It would be a clockwise numbering, because we looked into our previous lectures that the double bond, both the carbons of the double bond has to be given preference, or both the carbons which actually contain the double bond would be given the high preference in numbering order. So it would be 6-bromo cyclo hex 1,3 di-enyl butane amide. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our amide nomenclature. So in the next lecture we'll be covering up nomenclature of amines. Okay, good luck till then.